Raised Rowdy.
Welcome to the Raised Rowdy podcast. I'm Nicky T.
For Ozan.
And we have two guests. This is our first 4-pack.
All right.
Nice.
Well, thank you guys for being here. We got Logan Crosby and Jonathan Singleton.
Hey.
What's up?
I've hung out with you guys like in passing a few times, and I was like, you guys together will be fun on the podcast.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
I have jokes written already, so we're good.
Well, I thought it'd be cool because you guys are, working on new music, and we haven't had you on the pod. Matt has, but we've had Jay, I guess, a couple times now. So
Yeah.
good reason to get Jay back on, and you guys.
Thank y'all. This is my
Oh man,
first,
Father-son, podcast.
Yeah.
first father
There we
son
go.
podcast.
Yeah. You guys haven't been on one together, right?
No,
No.
See, first time.
we should have got a tattoo artist in here.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
doing this
That
so I
would've
could
been
get
fun.
a raised rowdy.
Oh my
tattoo.
God. that'd be
I mean, we know
should've
guys
talked
for
to
that.
You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
that 50 egg, baby.
See, I need that too.
That's right.
Yeah. That's how I tricked Jay into getting one. It says
Yeah.
Raised Rowdy.
Mine feels good. It feels good. I like it.
I remember when Mike was like, did it. He's like, Jay was like, I think I like this one better than the other one we did.
I know. Yeah. What did we do? I can't remember what he did.
Radio?
Oh, this.
Yeah.
He did
yeah.
this, and then he did this. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Shout out
Great-
Mike
It still
Stahl.
great
looks
tattoo.
good, right?
Yeah. We're chatting
Not
with
as
him.
good as this tattoo right here, or this one, but
Yeah.
What jail cell did you get those in?
my cousin was practicing, wanting to become a tattoo artist. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, stop by and snag some whiskey and let's do some tattoos.
Yeah.
So I got this one and this one. This one, that one was real great. This is stick and poke, and she did this.
That was
one,
the one from prison.
and this
Yeah.
one right here. Yeah,
My
she's
dad.
not a tattoo artist.
No, not now, huh?
No,
Yeah,
no,
didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
My dad has a really crappy tattoo right here on his arm,
too.
and it's a tulip. So that's why I got
Oh,
this
nice.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I got a glass anchor, which is he worked at a glass factory called Anchor Glass. I worked at for 2
Okay.
summers, and then like one of my favorite memories with him is going to a NASCAR race at the Poconos. So,
Love that.
Nice.
but my tulip doesn't look as shitty as his. His is like Indian ink.
We were talking about those the other day and made Logan's dad send his shitty
real
tattoo.
dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Send his shitty tattoo. And then I've got this one right here. This is that I sent back to him. And then he said, what did he say? He said, well, we all got
He
bad
said we all
ones.
have a bad
Yeah,
tattoo.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got mine covered up. Mike covered up a really bad one.
Oh really?
I was real drunk.
Yeah, that
I swear
happens.
it
Yeah.
always happens that way. I got a cross and I woke up and it was an X.
Oh, God.
I said,
Sweet.
I was like, God is looking down so pissed off.
You don't want to get the cross wrong. You got to get a good
Yeah, I know
cross.
how to get a good
Yeah,
one.
you want him on your side, you
Yeah.
know. I have this one on my arm. This is the first one I had from back in the day, and it's an ambigram. So it says brothers, or it says brother and friends back to back. My brother Steve has the same one, but it's hard to read. But
Yeah.
it's like upside down. It reads.
I don't read
different
well
things.
anyway,
Yeah.
so
That's a pretty bad one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. It sounded cool when I got it. You know.
Right? Yeah.
That's how it
But
works.
it's a baloney is what I
Yeah.
yeah.
Y'all with your tattoos, I was like, I need to get one. And now this part of the pod, I'm like, I am not getting a tattoo.
you don't have any tattoos?
You need to get
No.
a bad one.
Yeah, you got to get a bad one like first, and then you can get good ones. But
Yeah.
Kurt saw this one, and he was like, "I've
I
never
remember
like
this one.
really wanted a tattoo till I saw that one."
That
Is
was
that
awesome.
Dolly Parton? Who's that?
Metallica and Just for All album cover mixed with Dolly Parton.
That's kind of lit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
Yes.
I need to go
So
get I
sick.
need more.
of it. Yeah. I remember taking that idea to Mike, and he was like, "Yes."
I
And then
think
he
you had just
crushed it.
done that when I was getting something done.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
pumped-
he
was
crushed
pumped
it.
about it.
Yeah,
You know you got a
turned out
good tattoo when the tattoo artist pulls out and shows your tattoo to somebody
Yeah,
else.
he's like,
That's
"Look
true.
at this." Well, he was like, so before my old day job, when I was working in logistics, if I had tattoos that were exposed, I would have had to wear long sleeves. So it was like the
I
in
remember these
between.
days.
Yeah, it was like the
Yeah.
in between where it was like, am I going to be able to do this thing full time, or am I going to have to go wear long sleeves every day? And so when we were talking about where we were going to put it. It's before I had almost like all this other work, done, which is all Mike just tatting me when he's tatting other people. But he was like, "Where are you going to put it?" I'm like, "Put it on my forearm." He's like, "Let's go." I was like, "Let's send it." I
Yeah, I
mean,
had
wearing
to get
long
mine.
sleeves sounds awful, but I never had to go back and do that. So
I never have to.
yeah, you're good.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
If I have to, I'm like, I think middle school social studies is the only thing that I'm qualified to do. I have to be a middle school social studies teacher.
I mean, that's literally what my degree's in. I was a poli-sci major.
I was too.
Yeah.
Poli-sci.
Yeah.
I hope
It feels like.
I taught middle school. It fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
really?
I'm sure
Yeah.
it did.
I taught guitar, yeah.
Oh,
It was
I bet that
literally
was
the worst
awful.
job ever. And I've had some pretty bad jobs. Like, these kids were so horny and mad and going through puberty and, like, all sorts of racism I didn't even know about, and like, and they would imagine 30 kids who didn't want to take guitar lessons all had guitars in their hands.
Oh, 30 at once. I didn't even
Yes.
think about that.
I'd have been a damn drunk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then you'd be like, okay, guys, today we're gonna learn Imagine Dragons or something, and then everyone's just banging on the guitars and like, and I'm like, my voice would be hoarse. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
It's like a Midland concert all day long. Now, let's go back.
All right, we'll rewind the tape. I remember they hit me up after the year ended. They're like, do you want to come back and teach again next year? We'd love to have you, and the kids loved you. And I was like, no thanks. And I didn't have a job or anything lined up. I'm like, I'm just gonna say no, and something else will find me. And then I started touring like 2 weeks later.
Great.
Wow. I bet that.
Then you had to deal with
tough.
kids, but not that were that
Then
young.
I was the bad kid.
Yeah,
I was
you were the slightly horny young kid.
Yes, true. But with alcohol.
Yeah.
And
Even
without,
better.
without the racism. Too.
Yeah. We have those high rise things, and we have these teas now. So I'm thinking, what if we mix the Delta 9 with the vodka tea?
Oh boy.
I would go.
is that a Five Loco?
I would go get a prison tattoo.
Yeah.
if that happened.
You just wake up with one.
We'll do a couple of those, and then Kurt will get his first tattoo.
I couldn't do that. I think I may die.
Yeah, I think it'd be too much, but
You putting on those look great.
They do. They look good on you,
Kind of
man.
look like Jonathan Singleton.
Yeah.
I think this eye is stronger than the other one.
No, it's not.
Oh.
That's your.
that's just you
boy.
having bad vision. My eyes are definitely not that bad, but bad enough where if you put on my glasses, you'd be like, these are not the best.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right. What are you guys doing here? Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we talking
get
about?
in.
Music. I mean, we're gonna talk about everything, but yeah. Well, I mean, we've never had Logan on the pod. He's been in the network, but why don't you talk about this year? Like, so we got to see you out at a festival.
Mm-hmm.
What other shows have been doing? Still out with Meg, right?
Yeah. Still out with. Just started tour with Megan Maroney.
Yeah.
Toured January, February, March with Cameron Marlowe.
Yeah.
And then
Sick.
putting out a record this year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my own tour.
Yeah.
Who's producing
So-
it?
This guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
My dad, and then Ben Simonetti. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love Ben
it's
too.
great. Sounds great. Hope it does well. Got to get one of those songs, I guess, to blow up on TikTok.
You gotta do the
I have to
make
go
a dance.
Yeah, I
for
have to
him.
go do a dance.
I want to see a Singleton dance video.
He wouldn't. No, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
I actually showed him the other day, like some of the TikToks and like how people blow up, and I'm like, you have to lip sync
Yeah. Your own song.
your own song, and
Yeah.
he was like, that's so stupid.
So you and the terrifying thing to me is Logan can, or any artist, from what I understand, which I don't have TikTok, but you could play that flawlessly
Yeah.
in front of a beautiful setting and nobody cares.
Yeah.
But if you lay on the couch and video yourself lip syncing your song, everybody loves it.
Yeah.
So what's happening there?
Well,
I don't know.
here's what I'll tell you that they say. They say it's like demo-itis. So when you hear a demo of a song that you love,
Right.
and then you hear the studio version, you're like,
Well, now,
Something's
wait a minute.
just not-
Your songwriter knows it, but it's the single.
Right.
I love it.
yeah. Well, I love it too. Honestly, for me, I like the demos sometimes better.
Sure.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But that's the problem.
So they want to hear the.
the thing, because then they'll get upset that it doesn't sound exactly the same if it's an acoustic version of the thing and not the actual song.
Okay.
So it's like the world's demo-itis, where you're like, damn, that's a good production, but like, man, that demo just had something to it.
Right.
You know?
Like, well, damn.
That's kind of how TikTok is, I think, and why that's the case.
I mean, I
Because-
love TikToking,
oh yeah,
but I don't know.
You talk.
I don't feel like I was supposed to say it that way.
Yeah.
TikToking, but I enjoy TikTok.
yeah,
But yeah, no, or like you post the demo and then you never put it out, and they're like, "What happened to that song?"
Yeah, they
You're
go
like,
crazy.
You know, every single day I write songs. that
Yeah.
I may have wrote one better than that one. They're like, "No," and you're like, "Okay."
Well, that was like 7 Summers by Wallen. They weren't even planning on like making a studio version of it, but it just blew up so heavy on TikTok that they were like, all right, fuck it, let's put it out.
Yeah.
And sometimes like artists will write a song, put it out, it blows up, but they have no producer, no management, nothing, and they're like, I don't know how to even record this. I don't have any money. You know, it's
Yeah.
like Austin Snell with
Yeah.
Excuse the Mess. It was like
Yeah.
he had to just throw something together as fast as possible, or else the iron's not going to be hot anymore by the time it
Right.
comes out.
Yeah.
You mean he had to go cut it real
Yeah.
fast?
Yeah. Cut
it quick.
Yeah.
But he's never cut anything before.
Yeah, that was his first song. Because he was in town and like writing, and he was like, I mean, he'd wrote songs before, but like he was just got to town and really starting to do the thing, like try to figure out what he wanted to sound like, and just tease the song. They didn't even really write it for Austin to cut it, and then it just popped. And he was like, well, yeah, this is great. You know, let's do this.
Yeah, no, that's a great song.
Yeah.
He's great.
Well, Bailey had it on. Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. But.
It was on hold by someone.
Yeah.
And then he kept it for himself.
Yeah. But, I mean, when it pops like that, what are you going to do? Not put it out?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just an interesting thing. It's like, there's goods and bad to it for sure. I mean, the good part is if you don't have a team helping you, it's like A&R from the fans, right? Sure. They'll tell you what they like.
Which is what I love about it.
Yeah.
Because you can just go, like, as an artist now, you have direct contact with your fans. And you can just be like, hey, what do you think about this?
But the key is, if you put out a song that isn't exactly what you're trying to do and it takes on a life of its own, it can be tough.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of be careful with that too. Like, make sure that every song that you're putting out on that platform is something you'd be cool singing for the rest of your life.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Sure.
Even with Austin, I think it was like, he was such a new artist. Like I said, no management, nothing, no producer or anything. But it was like he didn't even know like what his sound was, and he put that song out, and it's like kind of grunge rock or like early 2000s rock or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that song blew up. So he's just been kind of chasing that sound ever since. I think, right?
Yeah. I mean, he definitely does like mixes genres, but I mean, that's the stuff that works best for him, and has. And I think I remember him saying like the label was like, write some more of the country stuff, and he's like, nah, I'm gonna do more of this, you know.
Hell, he's on tour with Aldine, so
dude, he's doing it right. Yeah,
he did something right.
Yeah, absolutely. We love Austin.
He's great.
We before he was in town, Sarah found him, Raised Rowdy Sarah, and was like, check out this kid, and I was like, damn, this kid's good. And he was just like starting to write, you know.
Yeah, he's from like, I don't know, 30 minutes from where I grew up.
You?
Yeah.
Where's that?
I grew up in Milledgeville, Georgia.
God bless Milledgeville.
He's from Dublin. Yeah, God bless Milledgeville. We were talking about Milledgeville on the way over here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What were you saying?
Well, I was talking about when we did that podcast. I did the one with Matt.
Yeah.
And that video blew up about me talking about the guy having the hand grenade.
Yeah,
And they put it on Facebook, which is when I was like, I'm not going to get rid of Facebook.
Yeah,
I have like 8,000 friend requests because people like find me on Facebook. And, you know, think that that's like my artist thing. And I'm like, no. This is for me to enjoy.
To keep up with
what happens.
aunts and uncles and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a bad cousin.
Yeah.
You know, and people that have hand grenades and throw them in cul-de-sacs in Milledgeville.
Yeah.
I actually great place to grow up.
I know, like, you'll text stuff back to Matt, or he'll send stuff to you about like that vein of like happening in Milledgeville again, or something that reminds him something.
I sent him something about a guy getting arrested outside of a chicken salad chick.
Yeah,
and I was like, "What the fuck? What are you doing, dude? Go get a fucking chicken salad and go home." And he just caused the scene, got his ass arrested.
That happens. My I grew up in like about an hour south of Pittsburgh, so it was like I was probably closer to Morgantown, West Virginia than Pittsburgh. So probably about 20 minutes from the West Virginia line. But our county was called Fayette County. So we were like the Florida man of Pennsylvania.
Right.
So they'd be like, Fayette County man found walking naked down the street, you know, like stuff like that.
For sure.
That's definitely where I was from too.
I kind of love it though.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Keeps you
entertaining.
on your toes.
Yeah. When I'm back in Pennsylvania, like I always like Pittsburgh's fine, you know, but like when I go home, I'm like, man, I have so many more teeth than everybody here. It's awesome. Yeah. When I don't even have all mine, you know? So I'm like,
You're like a 10 at home.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, maybe not a 10, but I'm definitely like a firm 6.5.
Best looking dude at Walmart.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I mean?
close.
Which is
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Well, I went into the Walmart back home and I was like, man, this is aggressive. You know, like I was like, there's a lot of like sightseeing happening there. It's
Right.
great. It's interesting.
People scooting around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The good scoots, baby.
I love it.
What would you say is like defines Milledgeville? Like what are the things that people think of when they think of Milledgeville?
Well, we have a lake.
Yep.
Which is great.
Yep.
There's a college. There's a college down there.
Yep.
And then, but the thing that we're really known for is back in like, Milledgeville had the largest insane asylum in the world at one point in time.
Dang.
It was open from like the 1850s until like 1999.
Dang.
Massive. And so now it's out there, and it's just, I mean, it's abandoned.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Creepy, man.
Very creepy, but yeah, lots of so the thing that people like, if I meet somebody and I'm from Milledgeville, I really know they know about Milledgeville if they go, oh, did they let you out for the weekend? You know, for the insane asylum. It was really good joke.
Have you been in it?
Oh yeah,
You
for
can
sure.
go in there?
Not legally,
Right.
Yeah.
but I've
That's
been
awesome.
in there. Yeah, my aunt went in there one time and she's a photographer. She took a bunch of pictures. It was really cool.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy, real creepy. But I don't know. I guess that's what you're known for in Milledgeville.
Huh.
That and the lake.
The 1800s though, like they were doing exploratory stuff. Like,
Lobotomies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
lobotomies and like
Yeah.
it was crazy because some guy wrote a book about it and I read the book and it was like the things that people were in there for. I'm like, that's just a head cold. I'm like,
Right.
they're not crazy. Like
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
they had bad sinuses and they're like, oh no, they're crazy. We're gonna
Yeah.
put them in here.
They're a witch. Burn them.
Right, or yeah, they're a witch, and it's like, okay, let's not fucking go crazy here, folks. But no, that's Milledgeville. That's what it's known for.
yeah. Did you go to school at UGA or did you go? Yeah.
I actually went to Kennesaw State for a year,
Yep.
and then transferred to UGA.
Yep.
Was there for 2 years. Graduated in 3 years.
Nice.
Which some people they're like, oh, you're smart. I'm like, no, I'm fucking stupid. I just hated school.
so I
took
want to get through it.
Oh yeah, I took like 4 summer classes.
Yeah.
Graduated, moved to town, and that's when I met them.
Yeah.
So
You were gigging and singing in college.
I was doing TikTok in college. Yeah, I was singing, I was playing shows, doing the bars, the clubs. Got on TV, which was
Really?
cool. Mhm.
Yeah.
I was on a TV show called
Yep.
Claim to Fame.
Yeah.
On
Was it like
ABC.
like a music TV
No.
thing? Or?
It's about 12 people. We're all related to a celebrity. We live in a house, and then we have to figure out who each other's related to.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I knew you were on.
Do you know who my celebrity relative is? We're about to play a game.
Yeah. Is it Jonathan Singleton?
Well, yeah, he's my dad.
Celebrity.
No,
Besides that.
it's Aldine.
Yeah.
Is my second cousin.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's my shameless plug.
Yeah.
And so I was on the show. From that, moved to town, had a publicist, and she was like, well, you signed an NDA, so we can't really do any publicity, but I can introduce you to a bunch of people, which is where I met Jonathan and Tally,
yeah.
Joey, Molly, everybody at 50 Egg.
Yeah.
And then started writing, moved to town, got on the first Megan tour,
Yeah.
and then I just kind of went to them, and I was like, can I just like sign a deal here? And Tally's like, yeah, I guess. And then
Yeah,
after
we'll take
that,
some of your money. Sure.
We'll make you more of it so that we can have some of it.
right.
Callie had kept saying there was a TV show, it's like, he's really good. It's like interesting. It's really pretty interesting, You should watch the show. And she knew I was not gonna watch the show. And then I finally did, and it's a good show, man. It was good.
Really
It was-
great show.
Yeah.
It's the most streamed show on Hulu.
That's
that summer.
crazy.
And it had great ratings. Got a season 2. So
Yeah.
it's become a big thing. Jonas Brothers were the host of it. So
yeah.
that helped. So now I'm friends with Kevin Jonas.
Yeah.
Get
That's
it right.
crazy.
I'm opening for him in Canada in a couple months.
Dang.
Calgary Stampede.
That's such
That's
a wild
nuts.
sentence.
What? Opening for
Opening the Jonas Brothers in Canada.
Hey, I'll take it. Shit,
They're at the
I'll take it.
Stampede.
Calgary
Dang.
Stampede, 35,000 people.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a lot more people than are from my hometown. So I don't
Yeah.
know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go. We're
gonna
play
play
the
music.
show.
Yeah.
But I may freak out a little bit. But that's how I
you'll
met
be
them.
fine.
And then I don't know, a couple months in, I was like, I basically locked Tally in the office at 50 Egg, and I'm like, hey, you're gonna manage me, and she was like, okay. And so this is where we are.
I remember
It's
hearing
going great.
about this.
Yeah. Well, I remember talking to Tally when you played our round with Andrew Giannakis,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like talking about you. That's when she like first mentioned you to me, and it was like, Logan's great. We like him.
Yeah.
And then, the full thing now, man, it's sick.
The whole thing, it's great.
Well, and the
Because-
music's great. I mean,
I think so too.
yeah.
That's him.
No. Well, it's been all of us, but we cut stuff pretty fast. You know what
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean? And then also poor Logan. It's like, and it's me and Ben, and we're like, no, just go ahead, man. Like, just play music, be really great at it.
Yeah.
And then so so I throw him in the fire, and he's just done great, man. And he keeps like getting better and better. It's kind of annoying how fast he's picking up on stuff and
I don't know.
and the new things and songwriting. He makes fun of himself about writing songs, but he's great at it. And the new things are awesome.
The new
it's really
stuff is
fun.
great. The new record's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm excited
Me and
for
Ben
it.
about every morning we're getting to listen to him, and I said, maybe we do this and try to figure out where we're kind of going with it. But it's been fun, man. It's really fun. But we did we cut stuff really
We
fast.
cut
So where
very
did those
fast.
songs come from?
Which ones?
I love that I can interview because I don't remember
No.
anything.
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
No, so but where did
We're gonna start a podcast.
Yeah, you should.
Nick and I are y'all's guests.
You guys will
I-
definitely get canceled,
I
but I'm
know
here for it.
I know that you were writing at that time, but was it out of those co-writes? You had some things already.
I had some. When I moved to town, so when I got off the TV show, I used money that I'd saved up from college and playing shows and doing the whole thing, and then I came to town and cut some songs that I had written by myself or that I had written before I even moved to town.
Which ones?
If Jesus Was a Cowboy.
Shit songs. Yeah.
A fucking awful song. I hate that song. Every once in a while, there will be people at
It's
shows.
not bad.
No, it's really bad. It's awful. It's so bad.
I feel like if a song has the word Jesus in the title, like you just can't make fun of it. But there you
Well,
go.
no.
No, I think Jesus probably heard that, and he probably heard the demo, and he said, "What is this shit?"
Better than if Jesus was a plowboy. Then, I guess.
Yeah, that is better. Yeah.
But that one, and then If You Ask Me.
If You Ask Me, still, that's a great song.
And the thing is, people come to shows and they're like, "Why don't you play those songs anymore?" And I'm like, "Well, I feel like I've written better."
You do
songs. I do
play
play
If You Ask Me.
If You Ask Me.
well, if
that's
you
still a-
played them, if Jesus Were a Cowboy, they would know why you didn't play it anymore. So maybe
Right.
you should just do
Just do it once, and everybody in the crowd's like, "What is this shit?"
Okay, you can take it off.
Right, they're like, "Do the next one. Do the next one."
Crowd, like, boo.
Just give him a verse chorus, and you're like, "That's enough."
Yeah, the disciples are up front row. They're like,
In
"Don't
the
do that
story
again."
of the song, if you read it down the page,
There's no story.
what if Jesus was a cowboy?
I don't know. I don't
There's
want to
no
talk about this
conclusion.
anymore. Do y'all have anything else to
No, I
drink?
just
I
want
need to
to
get drunk.
Can we pull up the lyric and let's look at
Let's
this.
go.
I don't have my phone, thank God.
What if he was though? What was the?
I
you
don't
had
know.
to-
I was 21.
It's internal dialogue of like. So, but what if
There was
what
no
if he is?
internal dialogue. I was 21, and
It
had
just says if Jesus was a cowboy and there's a cowboy lick on a guitar. I'm
no. It's a
saying.
piano ballad. That's what makes it work.
I'm just wondering.
This is
So
it's gone
hard.
from a podcast to a roast. So.
No. This is great. I wanted it to be that. We knew it was going to be. I've prepped myself for 2 months knowing that this is what this was going to be. So I'm okay. But yeah, no. And
Can
then
y'all play songs? Play it on the podcast.
I don't have my
dude.
phone. I'm not.
We'll just
I've got
put
it.
it right in the
I've
middle
got it,
here.
man. I've got that
right, you
song. Come on, let's
Can I
play it,
leave the
Jesus.
room?
Yeah, go.
Is
bathroom
it still
break.
on iTunes? Is it on iTunes?
Yeah, I'm not taking it down. It still streams pretty well. I ain't gonna lie.
Does
to you.
it?
Yeah, it streams.
Makes you
actually-
those 37 cents a week.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
If You Ask Me is my most streamed song on Apple Music. Seriously.
Right.
So I do have to play that. But it's about getting married. And I'm like, I fucking wrote this when I was 21. I have no idea. My longest relationship was like 6 weeks. I mean, I don't know shit about getting married.
If You Ask Me, is a great, super well written song.
It's a great song, I will say.
Yeah.
Was
It's
that a solo
outstreaming
rap?
all the Singleton rights.
Was it a solo rap?
No, it was. It actually is. Sorry.
Is it?
Yeah. Me and Nate Kenyon wrote that
Oh, yeah.
before I moved to town.
Yeah.
My
Love
first
Nate.
co-write, actually, whenever I moved to town, was Shane Minor. He was my
Dang.
first co-write.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the song was, but I already had half of it written. It was terrible, and I think Shane was just like, "Well, I just want to get out of here by 2 o'clock." So that's fucking
Yeah,
great.
rodeo to go.
Yeah, he had to go. Yeah, he had to go ride a horse.
Are we gonna play it? If Jesus was a cowboy.
Yeah.
It's
Let's hear it.
first chorus. You know.
Just don't even play that.
See.
I'm gonna take my headphones off.
What if this clip of this goes viral and then now you have to play it at every song, every show?
Oh.
Well, mine won't play.
Thank
I don't have service. I don't have service.
The Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
That's
Wi-Fi.
These
Okay.
dang robots. Oh well, I mean, luckily I have Wi-Fi, so I
Yeah,
can play it.
pull just this verse chorus. If Jesus was a cowboy.
Like a cowboy.
I mean, it is interesting in the way that you come to town. There was 2 songs. There was
One song out when I moved to town.
You had one song out,
Mhm.
which was "If You Ask Me," right?
No, this one.
This one.
Yeah,
See,
and then y'all, and then I get
Nobody
y'all,
ever played me this.
I
song.
get y'all into signing me. Y'all were like, "Oh, he's good enough to sign," and I'm like, "No, I'm not." Here you are. Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up.
That's great.
I mean, if you don't sign people that are already good, because then they will already be signed.
Right.
You got to sign before they're good.
Yeah.
But there's potential. Voices.
You sound like a mixture of Fergie and Jesus.
Thank you.
If Jesus was a cowboy,
Yeah. What?
he'd have done it too.
He'd have done it too. Oh.
Took that shot of whiskey,
I don't know about that.
walked across that barroom,
No, I have the sweats.
Flop sweat right now.
dusted
again. He'd have done it twice.
What?
He already used that line.
I didn't know what I was doing.
and spend his whole summer life. Chasing gold, chasing whiskey, chasing
I used the word whiskey in there like 4 times.
It's not
good
bad.
word.
It's
Okay,
not
you can
bad.
pause it though. You can.
All right.
I just
It's
know.
not bad. It's not
I'm gonna
bad,
get
dude.
the. I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
right.
Thank y'all so
We
much.
should have brought a guitar.
I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get in the truck and Jonathan's gonna go. You know we're gonna probably end up dropping you by the end of the week.
No, I love that somebody's listening, to it, and that's going to be their favorite song, and they'll be like, "I hate that guy. He just talked trash about Jesus was a
Oh, it
cowboy."
wasn't
It wasn't
good.
bad. You sang the dog turd out of it.
voice
Yeah,
is
dude.
incredible.
You're real good at singing. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, thank you. I learned from him.
yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't even know me then.
Well, I feel like I sing better now.
You did. Well, it's just doing it a bunch. You've
Oh,
done it
yeah.
a bunch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first song, and then if you asked me, and then y'all signed me, and then we did all those other ones. Some of those we had written. I had written after I got my deal. Some of them before. But no, we do turn stuff around quick. I'll say, which is
Yeah.
nice because he can play any instrument. You
Yeah.
get him
He's the
very
guy.
well. He was playing drums the other day on one of the songs on the record, and I was like, well, fuck. And then he looked at me, and I'm like, I don't even know what a note is. I was like, so I'm glad you know what's going on. I said, if I ever figure out what a note is, I'm gonna be a dangerous motherfucker.
Yeah.
But
Right.
until then, I don't know.
Well, no, it's funny. Like Matt and I will talk about stuff, and you are very charismatic around adults, around people your age. I say adults, like you're not an adult,
I'm
but
not.
around of people of every age. And
Yeah.
you're also quick enough where you can say something and it won't be stupid. Like it won't like make you sound like an asshole.
Oh.
You know,
I
like
guess that's good.
it is. It's very good. It's a quality that'll serve you well, very well throughout your career. And
hope so.
not everybody has that.
No,
As-
that's a superhero
yes.
quality.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. It
Okay,
is.
now I feel better about getting roasted for the last 5 minutes.
That song. I mean,
Everybody
you know,
has it. Everybody
it's
has to
not-
say one nice thing about me.
I like your new tattoos. They're great.
Thank you so much. That's the nicest
Yeah.
thing I've heard.
They are great.
Yeah, my mom wasn't a big fan of the tattoos.
Yeah, my mom either.
My mom would probably spank me, I guess, if I got a tattoo
Jesus
or something around
Christ.
me
She
or
would?
something. I don't know.
Yeah.
She wouldn't like it very much. So
Yeah, my mom did love it. Even this first one that's bad, it said brother and friends on it.
Right.
And she was like, I mean, all right. You know? And then I didn't get any for a while till I met Mike. And then he was like, do you have a Raised Rowdy tat? And I was like, no. He's like, well, I want to do one on you. So
That's great.
Where's your Raised Rowdy tattoo?
all the way up top. The big one
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
up
nice.
there.
Yeah, you went big on that one.
That whiskey
Yeah.
jam?
Yeah.
Bro, you got whiskey
Oh, yeah.
jam?
Got the Whiskey Jam tattoo, which I got for free at a Whiskey Jam event.
Oh, okay.
And then Mike
love
filled
that.
it in.
Okay.
And then Bob on a 44.
What to say?
That 50 egg right there.
Uh-huh.
Country concert. That's the first festival I went to and like that we work with.
I love country concert.
It is a blessed festival. And then when we did the Big Loud
BYOB.
Takeover was our first like takeover we did. Nirvana. This is a Rage Against the Machine alternate
Okay.
I
logo.
don't know either of those bands.
They're good.
Yeah, they're
Check
Are they
them
good?
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You should listen to it one day.
Oh no, these are. See, Dustin has all the Grove. These are
Yeah.
the Grove tattoo. We have the and we got those for free from Domo. Was a tattoo artist in Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we just picked them off the wall. We're like that one.
You're
He
like,
gave-
that's the
He
one.
gave him all. Joey has one too.
Joe has one.
Yeah.
Dylan, my guitar player, has one.
He has one.
He does. He was never in the band.
wasn't in the band.
No.
But he
But
has
he was
Grove
a
tat.
big fan, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I had
My
somebody.
first tattoo will be a Grove tattoo.
There you go.
I'll pay,
I'll
for,
pay
it.
for that.
Yeah.
He'll pay for it. He has more money than me. Covered
Doubled
over
up.
there. Yeah, I had a girl come up to me at a merch booth. I think it was last weekend, and she's like, "Will you write something on a piece of paper so I can get it tattooed on me?" I was like, "No,
You didn't do it.
no."
You should just drew her a nice little picture.
I mean, I signed a piece of paper and said, "Tell your mom I love her," so she may get it. But I was
get that
so when
tattooed
people
on
are like, "I want to get a tattoo of your signature," I'm like, "Don't, Jesus, don't do that," because it'll probably change. I was like, "No, it's already changed."
Well, you got to do what Luke does, and he wrote he drew a pair of tits and wrote big tits, and some guy got it on him.
He did.
Yeah.
I love that.
Now it's like I would fuck with people. I mean, this is probably why I'm not famous. Is like I would just draw like a big veiny dick and be like, "Here you go," and see people do it.
They'd
You
do it.
could do. You could
Somebody
write
would do
something
that.
inspiring though. Like you're great. You know.
That's what I
No,
should start
it's
doing.
not as funny.
Right, go dogs.
Go
Yeah.
Dogs.
Yeah, that actually I'll probably start doing that. Go Dogs. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I feel like for me, it's just I would sit down and I plan out what I want to get on my body for the rest of my life, and for people to be like, and I have such bad handwriting. I could have been a fucking doctor. My handwriting's so bad, it's terrible, and I'm like, it's not even legible. Don't get that. Don't get that tattooed on you. Yeah.
Well, signatures aren't really made to be legible, you know.
It's true.
Mine's really bad.
Is it?
I mean, it's cool.
Here, put it on my arm. I'll get it tattooed.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not great. My other one was cooler, but it just took too long to do.
Yeah.
And then, people started showing up to shows, and I was like, oh, I have to sign a lot of things, which
Yeah.
is really great.
That's
you
a
want
great
that to be the
problem,
problem.
yeah.
And then I was like, I got to shorten it. So it's cooler now.
I remember I was a manager at a Verizon wireless store and I had to sign so much stuff. And my signature turned from like I would spell out every word in cursive to just like N scribble.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But and then I used to have like on my driver's license I'd have like spelled out and then I was like, nah, N scribble. You know?
Fair.
Yeah. Because I don't want someone being like, yo, this is not your signature. It doesn't match your driver's license. Well, now it does.
Oh, yeah, no, I know I'm going to, one day somebody's going to be like, this isn't your signature. And I'm going to be like, it may not be. I don't know.
Yeah. What version of my life
Right,
were you
yeah,
in?
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this big show that you're talking about. When you were touring with like Megan and everybody, like what size crowds are those? And then coming up to a 30,000.
Well,
Jonas
we started
Brothers show.
the first, so me and Megan were friends before anything happened.
In
for either.
college.
Kind of. I was still in college, so she went to UGA too. And Athens has a great like music scene. They like B-52, REM, Widespread Panic, like big bands that come out of there, but there's not like a big country scene. And so when she was in college, she did all the, played all the sorority events, fraternity stuff, open for people at Georgia Theater, which is what I did. And
We were just there.
Yeah. We saw Flatland down there. in
Oh
Colby.
yeah, oh that's great. We played Georgia Theater. You came to that show.
I came to that show. What was that with?
Ray
Ray.
Fulcher.
Ray, yeah.
Ray Fulcher.
Ray.
And I drank so much Fireball that night. I was so sick the next day. It was
Why? Who was making you drink Fireball?
me.
Oh,
But it was just there. It was there. It was available. And my aunt looked at me because she was there. She's like, "Do you want to take shots of Fireball?" And I'm like, yeah. 'Cause it's like she's a cool aunt. Anyway, so where the fuck was I going with this story?
I don't know
anyways,
sizes.
we're all
Rooms.
that's just but we knew each other before anything happened for either of us. And then the first tour we did was like 500 cap clubs. I mean, some of them were smaller than that. And then now we're in some of these on this tour is 5,000
Crazy.
person
Like smaller
amphitheaters.
arenas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did an arena show last week, 3,500 people at a college, and then like a lot of amphitheaters, 5,000 cap. So it's been cool to like watch her grow and then watch my stuff grow. All of it kind of happen, and then we'll do that Jonas Brothers show, and we have some cool stuff this year. Like I said, we did Auburn Rodeo, Tortuga,
Yeah.
just playing like things that I always, as a kid, was like, oh, that'd be really cool to do, and then now you get to do it, and you go, oh shit, okay.
Yeah,
So-
I'm like buddies with Mac, so like we play Fortnite with him, and I play with Christian Yancey, and like then just hang. But like he was like telling me all the stuff that y'all are doing, and it's like super cool.
Is that a
Yeah.
guy in the band or?
Yeah,
Yeah, my
Yeah.
bass player. He's
cool.
great. Love Mac. But yeah, it's been cool just to like watch the whole thing kind of happen. And I get great advice from Jonathan and Tally, and they know what they're doing.
Well, they've seen it. Jonathan's seen it himself, and then he's seen it with so many other people since. You
Sure.
know.
Sure. They are. The band's great. And they're getting
Yeah.
tighter. And
Well, you won't let him not be. You know?
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah, no, he comes to rehearsal. We used to rehearse at at your house.
Is that why y'all don't do it anymore?
Yeah, we were tired of getting screamed at. No, I'm just kidding.
Dylan too, the guitar player in the band. I played in a band with his dad for a short stint.
Oh, that's crazy.
I've known him for years. I've known him since he was little, and so when he, if he does something wrong, I'm like, hey man, you really fucked that up, real bad. And he's like, I know, man. I'm sorry, man. I'll get it right. I'll get it right next time. And but it's fun to watch him do it.
Yeah.
Where's the one we were supposed to go to? What's coming up? Oh, we were going to St. Augustine. Yeah, I was going
And
to go
you
to that
backed out.
amphitheater. Yeah, but I'm just going to stay.
Damn it.
When is that?
May 17th.
You know that amphitheater in St. Augustine down there? You ever been down there? It's
I saw
great.
Midland there.
Did you really?
No.
I saw I
them
saw who did I see there? Jackson Brown. I saw Jackson Brown.
Oh yeah, you told me
That's
that.
sick.
Yeah, man, it was a great show.
Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
But we've done rooms like that. Like we played the Troubadour in L.A., which was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because like that's
right
like,
on the strip, right?
that was like iconic. And
Did you guys
so,
go to Rainbow Room afterwards?
I went to the bus because I had drank a lot and I had been up since 4 o'clock that morning. So I was like, it's probably time.
This
for
is a
me to-
reoccurring theme with you. I feel like.
I
At
know.
least
I don't
He knows when to go to the bus.
Oh
though.
yeah, no,
Right?
I know
Yeah.
when to go to bed like
Yeah.
that. I know. I get real quiet. So I got drunk the other night. We went to the Brothers Landreth concert.
How was that?
It
was
was
great.
incredible.
Incredible,
Those
right?
guys are great. The show was great. But we're just drinking a couple of beers, and then Jonathan goes, "Oh, you like Diet Coke, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And then he brings me. I probably had 5 or 6 whiskey Diet Cokes.
I mean, I guess drinking. Young people are wimps. They can't really drink like.
Because they're vaping too much these days. It's all this TikTok and
They
vape,
are.
man.
It's very wimpy, man.
Drink
It's
some
like
whiskey, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I
4 or
was.
5 Jack and Cokes. It's not no big deal. I didn't drink that many.
Yeah, no, you know, I know you did.
I had one, and then
I
that
think they
was
were
it.
You were
doubles
just feeding
too.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, it was my cup never got empty, and so the next day I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah,
kind of hurt."
it was a great show though.
Great show.
We took Chip Matthews with us too, which was interesting. We're not sure if he fell asleep or not, or if he was intently listening.
Probably that.
But they both look the same.
Is that how you got Joey hooked up on the Luke stuff, or was that you went to the show after you knew him?
Oh no, no. I've been writing with those dudes forever and ever. They,
Oh, really? I
They
didn't know that.
when oh man, that had to be. Well, if that record's 10 years old, that first record's 10 years old now of theirs. It had to be about that time, and they did a showcase at 12th and Porter down there, where everybody used to do the showcases.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
kind of like, and you see the same showcase every time. It feels like, man, this is the same. Like I saw this last Tuesday or Thursday or
I
whatever.
forgot about 12th and Porter.
And
Yeah.
then there was the Brothers Landreth showcase, and it was like, wow, man, these dudes are amazing. Like, it was great, man. It was so well put together, and Joey and Dave and all those dudes just playing so great. And we were like, I was kind of in my mind on the way home. I was like, I wonder what'll happen, which was, I don't think, much at that. And so I just kind of kept up with them. I knew their then manager back then, and so I kind of kept up with them through that process. And then I wrote for those. Joey, I wrote for that first record. I had a song on there that ended up being the Bonnie Raitt song that got cut with them. And then Joey did a solo record, and I think I had a song on there. And then every time they'll just call me and we'll Zoom and they'll let me do a thing, which is so much fun, dude, because they're so different. And the last time I was like, can we please just do a song that repeats the chorus, the 4 lines of the chorus? And they were like, wait, what? Because we don't get to do that. But
Yeah.
they get to do it all the time. And it was like, I was so excited about that. And they're great, dude. They're just great players. Yeah, but then, so I just hollered at Joey, and he's like, yeah, man, for sure. Let's do it.
Cool.
Come play, yeah.
I know because Luke was playing us some of that music, and Dustin was like, good luck learning that on slide or whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, there's fiddle on this. You're going to have to play the slide parts.
Right.
And so I was like, good luck with that. He's like, fuck.
Yeah, he didn't go too go too
No,
crazy. There was
no.
didn't call for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there are some nice sounds on there. He's just a great player, man.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Well, there's 2 of them, right?
2 of who?
Brothers.
Yeah, Dave and
they both play
Joey.
great.
Yeah, Dave
Yeah.
plays bass, and he's a great player too, man. They're wonderful. Yeah, it was a good show at what was that called?
Eastside Bowl.
Yeah.
Eastside Bowl.
That's a
it
good
was
spot.
awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I've never
It was a
been
great
there.
place.
That place is great.
It's like a chain, right? It's like a House of Blues kind
No,
of
that you're thinking of
Brooklyn Bowl.
Brooklyn Bowl.
Brooklyn Bowl.
Yeah.
We
Eastside
played
Bowl is
there.
in East Nashville,
Oh,
over
yeah.
where the Kroger used to be over there, across
Yeah,
Valley
it's a bowling
Parkway.
alley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, that place is cool.
It's very cool, man.
I've never
Yeah.
played there, but I've been to shows there.
Yeah, it was cool, and it was nice.
Luke's
'cause
not
the,
playing there. He's not big enough.
Shit.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe one year.
You got to do
On the-
16
on the-
shows.
On the way down.
Yeah.
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 Maybe on the way down.
Oh, no.
We always make that joke. It was like, remember we used to play all these cool clubs or like play like the Dusty Armadillo, which is like a club I
Oh, yeah.
love. you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And we're like, maybe on the way down, you know?
Right. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
got
we played
a
some
6-month stretch at Joe's on Weed Street. Yeah.
Oh, I love Joe's on Weed Street.
I do
Same.
too.
That
What a
was one
great
of my
bar.
favorite
Shout out,
venues.
Yeah.
Ed's great.
Ed's
Great guy.
great.
He's such a knowledgeable country music fan.
He is. He's
Yeah.
great.
Just
He's even nice to me. I called him Joe for years. For years, I called him Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, what's going on, man? Never corrected me. Never, not one time. He still booked me in that.
Sweetheart.
He's a
The
sweet
one
guy.
thing though is when we played there, it was on a Saturday. Isn't it like a Florida Gators bar, or
don't
what?
know.
There's a school that it's like kind of attached to. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
walk in there to go set up, and I made the mistake of wearing a Georgia jersey. And all these people were standing there, watching the football game, and they were like, "Fuck you!" And I'm like, "These people are supposed to buy my T-shirts in a few hours. But they don't like me, so I'm so
What do you mean?
fucked
There's
right
a
now."
school attached to it.
It's
What-
like
Not like a
gambling
sports,
bar, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
Like
yeah,
In the
yeah,
front.
yeah.
So
No,
like
I've won
Aldine's
money
is
in
like
there before,
UGA's,
yeah.
Mhm.
like UGA's
Yeah.
bar in town and whatnot. But
Me
yeah, I
and-
don't know.
For some reason, me and James Otto were in that and just bet on horses or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
was happening that day. And if I let him bet, then we won. And if I bet, then we lost.
Well,
Just keep letting them bet, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
I don't gamble. I'm Baptist.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm serious.
The drinking's fine though.
Yeah, I adhere to some of the rules. I did gamble one time and it wasn't good.
No, I'm not a big gambler either.
Same.
Yeah,
Are you
like
not?
no, not really.
I'm not either. It's just fun, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not against it by any means. I just
no.
like I don't get the dopamine hit even when I win.
I don't either.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Just
So I'm
go
like,
where's my
why am I
money?
doing this if I'm not like, bing?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I won $150. Cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I would have been just as happy if I didn't win $150.
Right.
Right.
I like doing it like on golf.
Yeah.
Like me and Wilford will be like, all right, this hole like $20 or whatever.
Oh
Or
yeah,
some-
with your buddies is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was done the
like while we're playing, not like
Right.
on TV.
Exactly.
the dog races one time. Where's that? At Indiana or Kentucky or
Is
something?
that
like
legal?
Yeah.
They
it
said
is.
dog races.
Okay.
For sure.
So
Dog
we
fighting's
started
illegal. That's what they
when
got Michael Vick for.
Yeah.
So.
Right, you can't do that. You can't
Yeah.
do that.
Not that. Not that. Yeah.
But when they would bring the dogs out, they would kind of do that parade of like walk the dog stand.
Mm-hmm.
And if one of the dogs took a poop, we were like, that dog.
That's the one.
Because he's lighter
Yeah.
than all the other dogs.
Yeah, he's
But we
already
didn't.
got it out.
Very smart.
Yeah.
I thought we would win more, but we didn't.
shitty betting strategy.
We did play a casino one time, and I bought a pack of cigarettes and just smoked the whole pack of cigarettes and just gambled. So I guess I did gamble one time, but it was like penny slots. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you won. Here's 3 cents. And
Right,
you're like,
right.
thank God.
He hit the jackpot. And it's
My
50
grandma
bucks.
gambles though
My
Does she?
my
all the
parents
time,
do
and
aggressively.
the lottery
She's not
tickets.
Baptist.
too.
She's not,
Yeah.
not Baptist.
She is Baptist. I don't. Shit. I hope she doesn't listen to this.
Oh,
There
Sorry, Nana.
No one listens to this.
But yeah, no,
We'll probably have 75 people this time, because we
No.
got both y'all. Yeah.
my other grandma's Baptist, and she doesn't drink. Well, let me tell you about. She doesn't buy alcohol. So I had a friend that used to work for like Coors, and I would just get like 32 packs of Coors Light and leave them at my grandma's house, and she like kind of knew, and then like she'd just have one and pass the fuck out, and it was kind of fun to watch. So that's what my grandmas do for fun.
I'm gonna
Hey.
do that tonight. I think when I go home.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Maybe some of those surf sides.
I don't know. I may walk down to. There's a little bar right by my house
Yeah.
that I like to walk to,
Yeah.
and I go in there. I know the bartender. She's great, Rhonda.
Rhonda.
We just talk shit the whole time we're in there. We'll watch the news. She'll be like, "Did you see that bullshit?" And I'm like, "Yep. Bring me another Miller Lite, please."
Hell yeah. I love a good local bar, man. I used to have the best one when I lived in Boston. And I started drinking there when I was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's the fucking best.
That's why we hosted the Nail, the Rusty Nail.
Oh yeah.
You played with Kurt that one time.
Mhm.
It's just, it's
The
like the
cigar
best
hanging out of my
shithole.
mouth.
Yeah. It's
Which
just,
one's that? Where's that at?
it's right out here in Hermitage.
Oh, okay.
They
yeah,
have a
yeah, yeah.
beach
I know
volleyball
some of
court in
beach
the back.
volleyball thing.
We're over
We'll make you play it sometime, Jay.
Yeah, come do it with me.
Complete other side of town from you. Yeah.
That's like
I'll
2
do it. You
hours.
know I'll
from
do
here.
it.
But yeah, no, we were out there playing, and then they were playing beach volleyball,
Yeah.
and I'm playing a song that Kid G cut, my first major label cut, and there's these people. They're like, "Will you please shut the fuck up? We're trying to watch beach volleyball," and I'm like, "Okay, this is terrible."
We're
But no, I had
just
a good
chain
time.
smoking cigars.
But I had a
Yeah.
cigar hanging out of my mouth. I think I had one, behind my ear and just playing songs. It was fun. We need to do that again.
Yeah. Well, we got one tonight, but you're probably busy. But
You got one tonight?
yeah. There's
I'm
our
gonna
first one
come.
back.
I'm wearing UGG slippers right now. I'll come playing Uggs. So
Yeah.
I don't have a guitar, so I have to.
Oh, he's not inviting you to play.
Oh, you just want me to-
just come
listen.
smoke cigars.
Sorry.
Yeah. We already got the lineup done.
Wait, what's
Logan.
this cut you were talking about?
Kid G.
Kid G, Silver Out on the Sky.
I thought you said Kenny G at first. I was like, sick.
That
know.
would be an awesome.
That would be
a
that would
great
be
cut.
amazing. No lyrics.
No,
Just straight melody.
Right.
He also plays saxophone really well.
Yeah,
That's how he got
true.
that Kenny G.
Oh, is
cut.
that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't even play guitar well. My favorite thing is when I play guitar and Jonathan's like, "You're playing that wrong," and I'm like, "Oh, I played this song in front of like a couple thousand people last night." He's like, "You really fucked that up," and I'm like, "Fuck."
Man,
It's
it
that
happens
E. It's that
sometimes.
E minor that sounds like a B minor. You know
That one.
thing. You know.
Well, I
you
just
gotta-
learned how to like mute the E string.
He learned it.
I
I'm
finally
so
did.
proud of him.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. It's like, oh, you just played that song wrong in front of 5,000 people, and I'm like, oh well.
They didn't know.
They didn't know. The tracks were real loud. They
Yeah,
turned, they
these are
probably
all tracks. Anyway, your vocals all tracked. Anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
all,
fans are in
uh,
the tracks.
yeah, everything's in the track. Yeah. I'm lip syncing the whole time. That's why That's why I dance better whenever
Right.
whenever I play the show.
It does help. Yeah.
Just want to say that they're joking. If
Yeah.
anyone's listening, this is a joke.
It is a joke. If you come to a show, I will be singing.
Yeah.
Like
and
Megan
dancing is
Angel.
not tracks either. It'll be real dancing too.
I don't dance. If I dance, I would lose fans. Same thing. Like if somebody ever like saw my legs, like my bare legs, I would lose a lot of fans.
You think so? I think you got good legs, dude.
Do I? That's real
I
sweet.
don't know.
Okay.
I'm just trying to
It's
make
getting sexual
conversation.
here, boys.
All right, so back to the new record.
Yes.
Sonically, comparative to like what you guys have been putting out, what would you say the new stuff is?
Wow. I mean, it's in there. I mean, it's that we you know, with a new artist, kind of you're always kind of doing this and trying to figure out where
The
it's
exact
like, oh,
lane
this
is.
thing, this kind of works, and then from them too, their songwriting kind of becomes more directed at their thing. So I think it is that. It feels like to me, it's like we're kind of circling where it's like watching them live now. This is weird for me to say. I'm not trying to
That's
say
okay.
too much, but like. Yeah, watching them play live now, you're like, oh man, this is really cool. Like, you know, before you're hanging on for dear life. It's like, oh, so we made it. They made it through that one. Made it through this. But now it's kind of, oh man, this is getting really cool. So I think lyrically and sonically and guitar wise, you know, putting the things together, like it can lend itself to that a little bit more. So then you're just trying to be careful not to go too far past what they want.
Yeah.
You know. You don't want to impose your will on them in the studio, which I've gotten pretty good at. But also at the same, you know, like trying to let them become themselves and have time to do that. Like, what a fucking crazy idea that we just like, hey man, let's go at your pace,
Yeah.
and let you figure out what you want to do. And when he with Tally and I and Joe and all of us, it's like when we get marching orders, it's like, okay, he's sure now. Like, let's go attack
Yeah.
this thing. And I felt like that on Girl Next Door. We were kind of circling kind of an idea of what that was going to be as it kind of moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of separating yourself from everybody else, because at the front of it, the players and the producers and everybody's like, oh, if you're not sure, they just do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got to get to be a little more specific. You know, it's kind of this kind of guitar thing, and the bass and drums do this, and everybody kind of knows what that is. And I've always enjoyed finding players that stick around more than one session, you know, so you
Yeah.
can go, and you don't have to say that anymore. They're like, oh, they do this thing, and you kind of build that with them. But I think it's kind of more of the same in a good way.
Yeah, no, for sure.
In a good way.
We
but-
kind of found the thing early too, and I think I feel like we did, and we may not have, but I think we did. But the thing that we always said from the start was like, make it weird. I know that sounds crazy, but like, it's music. You're supposed to go and like, you know, do the thing that's cool or different, and that's kind of the thing we've always said is like, you know, if it doesn't work out, which pray to God it does, it's like, well, at least you made something that was cool and that you believed in and that we all loved working on.
Sure.
Because, you know, we put things in there that are a little different or that you hadn't heard. And I think the thing too that's great about working with Jonathan and Ben is like, Ben's from LA, he works on all the Zach Brown stuff, but it's like he pulls different, so he has different ideas. Jonathan's got different ideas. I don't know shit about fuck. I just listen to it and I go, well, that's really cool.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
let's-
yeah.
And
No,
that's the
that's
thing. And
producers.
we
Sure.
all have, you know, like my influences growing up were all over the place because I grew up, you know, 20 minutes from where Otis Redding was born, and like Little Richard and the Allman Brothers, and like Georgia just has a huge like musical history. So I listened to everything growing up, and then even now, I listen to so much stuff. I don't listen to that much country music at all, which sounds crazy, but I don't know. I just feel like we kind of pull different things, and you know, what was the song Girl Next Door, wasn't it? Where you had listened to that REM record and you were like,
Yeah.
oh, this is kind of a cool thing that they were doing. You know, let's kind of explore that thing, and it ended up turning out great. So, I don't know. I feel like we're just not afraid to take risks on the music, which is nice.
Yeah.
And if you put something out and, you know, people don't like it, it's just like, well.
I mean,
you know,
there's
shit.
one we had been working on that, and I love busting on them too, because you kind of work kind of hard on those things, and
Yeah.
you're like, I got it. I think maybe I got it, and you send it off, and everybody's just like crickets on the other end. You know, there's two, maybe one or two specifically on this one that was like I'd kind of swing and miss on my part, you know what I mean? But now he's at the point where it's like, man, maybe not, maybe let's do this, and they're trying to figure out that language to tell you what's wrong with it, or instead of like, I don't know what it is, I just don't really like it, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't work. It's like, well, what do you not like? Like, what do you want it to be?
Specificity.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you don't know anything about music, it's hard to be like.
Right.
That's why music theory exists, so that
Yeah.
people can communicate.
I
better.
made a C in that class
Yeah.
in college.
That's right.
I
Better
tried.
than I did.
I tried. But no, there is one that we cut it and we kind of thought it was right, and then the more that we listened to it, we're like, no. And then it's now a piano ballad. That song,
Things just keep coming off, and it's like, I'll take that out.
And finally,
take
it
that
got to
out.
the point where we're just like, well, there's nothing on it really. And then we're like, well, let's do it. Let's see how it feels as a piano ballad. And as soon as we went in and cut that, we're like, no, this is the right thing. Like, it felt right that way. So, but the record is called 2019, and it's really just kind of about my life since then, because I feel like I've done, that's the year I graduated high school, moved to college, and then started playing bars and clubs and doing the thing. And then I was on a TV show and then moved here and then been on the road with Megan, who I think Megan's going to end up being one of the biggest stars,
Agreed.
that we've seen in 30 years. And so doing that whole thing, I feel like as an artist, you kind of get this, people look at you and they get this, thing, and it's like, well, he's this on this TV show, or he's this, or it's whatever, they make it out to be in their mind. But I'm like, no, I actually want to tell my story about my life over the past 5 years. So that's what we did. We went and we cut the songs, and it's about moving away from home, and it's about, falling in love for the first time and falling out of love. And there's a song that talks about being on a TV show. Like, there's just all kinds of stuff. So I just kind of wanted to tell my story and wrap it up in a project. And I think that it's going to be really cool. I love it. Shit. If nobody else loves it, I fucking love it. I think it's great.
Honestly, the stuff that means the most to the artist usually ends up meaning the most to the people.
Oh, for sure.
Well, they sell it more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You believe it, you feel it.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's such a big part of it, especially in the live show, which your live show is great. Just because you are, even on stage, a personality. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like one of those things where that conveys well through your singing. It also conveys well everything in between, right? But it's when you feel that song hitting home, everybody else feels
Oh, for
it
sure.
hitting home too.
I agree.
Yeah.
But we're excited. It'll be great.
Yeah. There's a bunch of those on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that way.
Like, just real personal,
Yeah.
Just, I'm like, shit, I don't know how to write songs that I haven't lived. I just don't know how to really do anything else. So that's what we do. And it's cool. And also the cool thing that about how we, do the thing and not having a label, deal yet is like, we wrote a song, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And we had cut the record and we wrote that song. We're like, no, this belongs on this project. And so
Yeah.
we went in and cut it, 3 days later?
Yeah. Where the conversation comes, it's like, well, you should wait. You stack up the thing, and it's like, well, we don't have to. He's just going
Less
to keep writing
bureaucracy.
songs. Yeah.
Right. I didn't have to I didn't have a day I had to turn the record in
Right.
to the label and,
Yeah.
and the whole thing. And so,
Right.
and it's cool. And it also streamlines the process. We just go, well, this is a cool song. Let's just go cut it.
Right.
And we do, and I love that, the thing that we have going on. Obviously the goal is to have a record deal and to make it as big as possible. But right now where we're at, I think it's great.
Yeah.
And we just go, I just have started going directly to the fans, which for a long time, it's so weird looking back. I was so scared, I feel like, to ask my fans for help.
Yeah.
Because I saw it that way. But it's like, no, they're fans for a reason. They want to help you. They want to pre-save the songs. They want to come to the shows. They want to do the thing.
Yeah.
And so it's like once I started going to the fans and going, what do y'all think about this? Or, I posted a TikTok and I was like, hey, I'm going to do a headlining tour. Where do y'all want me to come play? And we just got thousands and thousands of comments and come play here and come do this. And so it's like, why would you not listen to the fans? Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's all you have. I mean,
Absolutely.
really it is.
Yeah.
So that's been cool. Finally, whenever I unlock that part of my brain where I'm like, oh no, these people want to help you. They're your fans.
Yeah.
Like, let's go do this.
They're going to love you even more if they get to help you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really unlocks it. What is Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we talk about the shittiness of social media on like literally every episode, and every artist like hates TikTok and they hate all this, but it's like you can get some free A&R out of it. Or
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I mean,
Sure.
I really love it. You know, the one thing that, you know, kind of blows my mind is that thing where you go, okay, I'm going to sit down and play this song and do the thing and post it, and it gets, you know,
300 views.
right. And
Yeah.
then here I am kind of drunk in my kitchen lip syncing a song, and they're like, oh, well, this is going to get 250,000 views. And you go,
Yeah.
oh, but it's unpredictable. You just don't know. It's
Yeah.
social media for a reason. So,
Well, that was also a new song too, but right?
yeah.
Yeah, which makes a difference. Also,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that, and not the. I'm going to shout out Tally here too, because, you know, working with a manager that is a publisher, I feel like we're so song focused, and like the songs have to be good, because at the end of the day, it's like you can have the look, you can have the thing, whatever it is, but like if the songs aren't good,
Yeah.
and
That's
so
the
that's
base
that's
level.
been a great thing of like
Yeah.
going,
Should be.
Yeah.
and working with, I mean, 20 number ones.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. You know, it's like they know good songs.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know, and so
that's their business.
Right. And that's been a great thing, is like, and you even look at some of the, you know, bigger acts. I mean, Luke Bryan and Carrie, and, you know, even Megan when Julie Griffith, like she was a publisher, and it's like, if the songs are good, like you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So we've always just focused on writing the best songs and doing it that way.
I love
So-
that. Are you a writer on all of the songs, or do you do any outside cuts?
I got 2 outside cuts.
Cool.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're great songs. And I've cut outside songs. Hold On to Me is an
Yep.
outside song. Cameron Marlowe.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Who else? Jesse Alexander,
Wyatt
Wyatt
was on that.
Wyatt
Right?
McCubbin, and Reed Isbell.
Oh, was
They
Reed
all
on
wrote
this
that. Mm-hmm. And they sent me, because I needed songs when I moved to town, because I got on that Megan tour, and I was like still writing songs and
Yeah.
like doing the thing, but I'm like, I need something that's gonna like kind of like show my vocals off a little bit more. And so somebody texted me that song, and I didn't even get through the second verse, and I was like, yeah, I'm cutting it.
You're like,
you know?
yes.
So I do cut outside songs if it's a
Well,
good
I think
song.
too, like in some of those processes, they were just playing in the room, and you were like, was anybody
Right.
doing anything with that song? Which is really awesome, you know,
Yeah.
to have that many songs floating around.
Oh yeah,
you
for
know.
sure. Great songs. And
And then we take all the other publishers' songs and analyze those, and we rewrite them too. We've been doing
Right,
that.
yeah,
That's
we did.
been working. That's been working.
It's not
out well.
stealing, you know. It's,
No,
it's
we
kinda-
rework them.
Right, you borrow an
Yeah,
idea.
you know, change a chord or two and stuff, and that's been going great.
That's been going really well.
Only stealing the title. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, it's
title's
just the
not a big
title.
deal.
Peer
You can get
pressure.
past the title.
Yeah, you could get the whole hook. It's fine. you
peer
know?
pressure.
Yeah, but no, it's what we. I feel like what we build is really cool,
Yeah.
and it's something that, you know, it can hopefully keep growing
Yeah.
and growing, and we just see where it goes.
That's it.
If it is just an opportunity for like this, which is wonderful to watch it kind of prove the point, and the thought from the beginning was from everybody was that you give them time to get legs underneath them. I know what that was like to be thrown into the you know,
Mix.
into the fire, and then it's like, oh man, how do I talk to a radio person? How do I do any of this stuff? And then, but if you got time, you know, and you're working at your own pace. So when they say let's go, we go. Let's go. Okay, cool, let's go. But until then, we're not going anywhere. Like let's just give it time. You know, it doesn't have to be overnight. You know.
No,
Yeah, I think that's something that you always see, like, especially, I mean, think about until recently, most of the male artists that were popping were 28, 30 when they started popping, you know?
Yeah.
Now with social media and stuff, it is sometimes younger, and there's always been some younger folks, but you really know who you are by that time, and you've probably written enough music that you could cut 5 records, you know?
Sure.
So it's like you really have that like very wide base from which to grow from, you know? So with today's culture and stuff popping so quickly, I mean, think about Bailey, you know, how long his sets were, and he was shortening them up because his voice wasn't there. You
Yeah.
got to take the vocal lessons, and
Yeah.
you got to learn how to play guitar better. And,
Right.
You know, get the good band, you know?
Yeah.
But so it's,
How do you even do that? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Who knows?
If you don't have a team that understands how to do that, it's hard to do that.
You
Right.
didn't grow up, you know, playing 4-hour bar gigs. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
weren't touring playing
Right.
Eddie's Attic or what, you know what I mean? It's like,
Well, that's been the thing too. Is like, you know, I didn't play as much as, you know, a lot of people did, but like I'd played those gigs, and I'd played the, you know, the 2.5 hour, you know,
Yeah.
cover gigs, and like you just learn from there. You learn how to entertain and
Yeah.
you know, and do the whole
How to
thing
keep
with
the crowd, how to
Right.
reel them in, let them out a little.
And still learning that. And that's the thing, and that's the great thing about, working with everybody that I do. It's like, if something's not right, it's like they want it to be just as successful as I want it to be. And so it's like, hey, this isn't right. We need to fix this.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. It's never been a bad thing.
No, that's
and I'm
great.
like, I want it to be huge. So I'm like, what do I need to do? Like, what do I need to, the whole thing. So that's been nice too, working with people that give a shit about what you're doing, because I think we all know in this town there's, people that they don't.
At all. They care about
$.
dollar signs, and that's
See it
it.
about money or whatever the thing is. And so working with people that have your back is great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yep. I agree, man.
So I said I'm not going to do it with nobody else.
Yeah.
I was like, if I don't get to work with them every day, I'm like, well, I'll just fucking move on. I'm like, I don't really want to work with anybody else at this point.
Well, there's lots of good people, but these are some really good people.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely. What's one thing that you think that you learned from Jonathan that you didn't think you'd learn?
Oh. Well, how to write good songs first. I will say this. Jonathan is one of the best people I've ever met. Just down to earth, family man. Just gives a shit about people, which like we said, in town there's a lot of people that don't. So I just feel like I've learned how to not be an asshole in this industry. And for somebody that's been here for as long as he's
I wish
been.
Conley was here right now. What?
But no, for somebody that's been in town for, almost 20 years.
Yeah.
And
Coming
then
up on it.
has had some of the biggest hits ever. Just being a good person.
Yeah.
And so that's been great. So getting to work with him has been awesome. I remember when I got the phone call that, 50 Egg wants to meet with you. I was like, let me go shit my pants and I will come back and we can talk about what day. But yeah, it's been great. It's been a dream come true getting to, make shit with those guys.
Well, what about Tally?
She's great. I love Tally. She's
The
great.
brains behind the operation.
Oh, she is.
No doubt.
Yeah.
She
Keeps
is.
the wheels on the bus.
She does. And sometimes she scares the shit out of me. But
She's been less mad at me here lately because she's more mad at Logan,
Right.
which is great.
That's a great balance.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wonderful for me. Yeah.
I don't know what I had done, but I had done something. And I was sitting on the couch, and she's got her desk, but she sat on the couch, and she was chewing me out pretty good, whatever it was. And Jonathan walked in, and he said, "Uh-oh, a talking to." And
Walked out of the room.
he said, "I've
immediately.
gotten those before." I was like, "Yeah, I know." But she's great. I mean, her managing me has been the best decision I ever made as an artist, and she's great, and she gives a shit too, and she's got the vision, and she's done everything. I mean, at this point, publishing and A&R, and she just understands what we're trying to build. Which is a thing, whenever you move to town, you're trying to find a manager, and you're like, here is the vision that I want for this whole career. And she's like the only person that was like, yeah, I get that. Like, I understand where you want to go. And so we were like, fuck, let's just do it.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done.
It's so hard to find somebody for a new artist, new songwriter, new whatever in town that can help you and kind of, like you're saying, have your best interest in mind. But for creative people here, it's even harder because there are a lot of those people who are great in those jobs, but they're just taking the next guy that's on that roster. But if you have the opportunity for those, talent, whatever you call those people who can take creative people's thing and go, oh, you just do this. And you're like, oh shit, I didn't even think like,
Right.
okay, and that's a crazy talent, and I'm not sure how that works. And they have to sit and wade through our crap to find the nuggets in the pile of poop that we're throwing at them every day. And she's really great at it. And I don't think there's anybody better to do that. And somebody you can trust. And she's wonderful at it.
Yeah, she's great.
We said nice things.
She
about
roped
her,
you
so.
in too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Isn't that the story? Didn't she say, "Hey, Singleton, you're managing this guy with me" or something?
Or no.
No.
I think Jonathan said, Tally, you should probably manage Logan, right?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you roped her in then.
I did. Well, she had been talking about it forever, and then it's like how much. She helps me with everything. Dude, I know nothing about any kind of music business outside of. I'm literally, if somebody says something, I'll say, "Oh yeah, we'll figure that out," and I hang up with them and I call Tally and be like, "Hey, I don't know and I've been doing that for 11 years now. I think we've been doing that that long. But yeah, she had talked about doing some management stuff, and a couple of people had come through, and it was like, oh, maybe she'll do this and maybe she'll do that, and so I kept going. Hey, so did you is he signed the thing? Like y'all, it's legit. Like, are you gonna like manage the guy? Just do it. You know, that's what she's doing anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
And me and her, she does management stuff for me more or less because that was the only deal that existed that kind of did what we did. So I just called her my manager, and whatever I do, she, you know, takes part in it because she was doing everything. Well, how do you pay somebody that does that? You know what I mean? You're doing everything.
Yeah.
And letting everybody think that I'm smart. You know what I mean? That's just so hard.
She makes us look great.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what the fuck.
Well,
is
y'all
going
know
on
me.
ever.
You know I'm not smart about that stuff at all. But you know, to let somebody have the credit for it is pretty insane.
Yeah.
But
Tally's
she's
great.
She knows what she's doing. She's awesome.
She's a straight shooter too, and in a town full of bullshitters,
She is.
A straight shooter
I
is-
promise she is. She told me today a couple times that how full of shit I was. And I was like, okay, let me get a fucking coffee first. You know? But she's great. I love her. She's awesome.
Yeah.
So
There's a few of those superheroes like that running
Mm-hmm.
around town, but
Yeah.
they're few and far between. I mean, maybe
Yes.
a handful of.
yeah.
From jump, from here's a new artist or here's a new songwriter, I'm going to start setting them. They would like this person and they would like this person, and maybe this fits good with them. That's so hard, man. You got to know everybody and everything
yeah,
to be able to do that. All the way down the line, labels, songwriters, booking agents, all of the whole gamut of knowledge of those things that she's kind of collected over the years. And man, I don't want to do it. I'm it forever. So we say, you know, so and so. I'll be like, no, I don't know. They'll be like, yes, you do. I was like, I know, I don't know. Like Google search him and show me a picture. I'm like, oh yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
She does. She knows everybody everywhere, which
she
is great.
does.
So it's awesome.
Well, she's a blessing, but she'll also tell you when she told you, and that's good though, honestly.
Yeah, no, she does.
And good at songs too. Like surprisingly good at songs. Like,
Yeah.
the things that in the songwriter world we would miss. You know, no, this song is great, and a pretty good track record at doing that too and being successful at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is
I mean, with this record, that's what she kind of did. Because I thought I had it done, and then we kind of sat on it for a couple months, and I did the second Megan tour, and then we came back after Christmas, and she's like, that's not a record. Like, you need these three things, I feel like. And then we went and wrote them, and then we plugged them in, and we are like, yeah, like that's what it is. And it's like, she knows everything. I ask her questions sometimes, and she goes, "I don't know," and I'm like, "That's not your line. Like you're supposed to just make it up. I don't care. Just make something up, and I'll be like, oh yeah, of course." But yeah, no, she was, she's a huge part in everything that I do. But yeah, that was a big thing. Is she was like, "Yeah, record's not quite there," and then we went and wrote the songs that we're missing, and it's done. And I think it should win a Grammy.
You think so? I hope so.
I mean, I hope it does.
Which songs? Which songs were her idea? Let's test this.
2019.
Oh, that's a pretty good one.
We rewrote that "Love Like That Again" song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Polaroid picture thing that wasn't.
Oh,
there
yeah.
was. We were talking about the Polaroid stuff.
Well, now that was mine.
No, that was your
I mean,
idea. It was
you
your
know
song,
what
but
I
she
mean.
was like, "What if we wrote a song about a Polaroid?"
Did she say that?
Yeah, no, she had said that because we were talking about on the tour doing stuff with Polaroid. And she's like, "What if we wrote a song about Polaroid?" And I was like, "Oh, maybe the record's done." And then she said it,
Well, we've been working together too long because she didn't say that to me.
She
I
did.
just thought it was a good idea
Oh.
when y'all were talking about it.
Yeah, that was a thing. It was like, let's go get a Polaroid deal. And she was like, well, you need a Polaroid song.
Yeah.
And then you came in one day and you're like, what if we wrote a song called Pink Hat, a Polaroid? And I was like, well, that's a sick song. And then we wrote that.
Yeah.
I didn't write it. I was just in the room.
You did too, man.
I sang on the demo on the work day. The great song. That's probably my favorite song on the record.
Do you guys have a date or still working that out?
So we're gonna do it different. I don't know. Should I share the strategy behind the whole thing? I mean, I don't know. Who cares? We're gonna do she may beat my ass, but we're gonna do a lot of singles off of it. Just because I feel like this sucks because I listen to music this way, but like I want to sit down and listen to a whole project. Like I want to make a fucking cocktail or like smoke a cigar and like listen to a record.
Yeah.
But like people don't do that anymore.
No.
That's just not really like a thing. Like, unless you're like Luke,
Once
Morgan,
you're big enough,
Megan,
then you
they
can
do. But now they don't consume music that way. So we were like, well, why don't we just take the 6 or 7 best songs? This was your idea. And just put out singles and then put out the rest of the album. Probably going to be September. But we're going to have, starting Friday, we have singles coming out every 4 to 6 weeks, just throughout the summer, which is
This
nice.
week?
Yeah, a song coming
Friday?
out Friday, yeah.
What comes out Friday?
2019.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the title track of the record.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you guys doing the waterfall where you like put a song and then the next release will have 2 songs in it, the next 3, or no, just dropping them as singles?
We're just some version
dropping
of
them
that.
as singles. There is one day, like there's 2 real sad songs on the record, and we're gonna put those out the same day, and just kind of make that like a thing. Like here's the 2 sad songs off the
Sad
album.
Boy Fridays.
Sad
Yeah.
Boy
Right.
Friday, yeah, emo cowboy or whatever they say. We're gonna do that, and then just have kind of the rest of the record come out with
Cool.
it, around the time that I'm touring.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be better that way. And like I said, people just like they attach, they find that song and like that's their thing. And
When you drop singles, every song makes playlists.
right.
If you put out 10 songs at once, they're gonna pick 2.
Right.
You know.
Well, that was the thing. It's like 13 songs on the record, and we listened to it, and we're like, I mean, I'll say it. We're like, this is a fucking good record. Like, this is a great. I feel like it was a great debut project. So it's like, why would you put out 3 singles and then just be like, oh, here's 10 other ones that are really good songs?
Just give them time, like give
Yeah.
them
Right.
time to live.
Yeah,
for a minute.
absolutely.
Like let it sink in.
Have it
Right.
stay in the sun.
Yeah.
Industry is making people do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, which is great, I think. You know what I
Honestly.
mean? Especially if you do it that way. And the end of it, there is a big project, and you can listen to it that way if you
Yep.
want to. You just got to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's not years. It's months.
Yeah.
Right.
Literally.
And for me, it's like, especially with streaming, it's like that song could bring you to all the other songs, right? So it's like it's smarter to do that till your streaming numbers are undeniable. Then you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, no, at that point, you just do whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's the right way to do it. And like I said, I feel like all the songs, because it tells the story of my life the past couple years, they're all important to me. They're all like my little kids.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I want all of them to get, the attention that I think that they deserve. And like you said, to let them live on playlists and like do the whole thing. And,
Yep.
if you're just going to be like, here's 3 singles back to back to back, we also have a record coming out. People are like, wait, hold on, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it'll be good to do it that way.
I love that.
But we're excited. Hell,
We are too, man. I can't wait to hear it.
I think it's going to be fun.
Or it'll be awful.
Be awful. And
It'll be good.
I bet
And
you it won't
nobody will
be.
listen to it.
nobody will listen to it. The tour won't sell out.
Right.
And you're just like, wow.
Headlining tour.
Headliner tour.
Sick.
It'll be great.
And then you'll be a social studies
Teacher, yeah,
Which is not
exactly.
bad, dude. That'd be great.
No, middle school is the worst.
Yeah.
Don't
At
do
least
that.
high school. I don't
High
know.
school.
Is
Go
that
back to
better?
school and get my doctorate and go be a college professor.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. I don't think I can spell doctorate.
I can't. I know I can't.
It's just DR period.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
DR.
You did
period.
great.
Found it.
Okay.
Yeah. Fixed it.
Who's
Well-
going on tour with you in your headline tour?
I don't know. I haven't
We're not
found
that far yet.
an opener. No. I'll have
Oh,
to
we
see.
were talking about that the other day.
We were.
Yeah,
We're
that's
trying to
big.
figure out.
Yeah.
If
You
you're
should see
listening to
if
this
Luke will open up.
podcast and you think Luke would?
Oh, check those
Maybe Luke's
dates.
band will do it.
Yeah. Wild cards.
Right. Hell, come on.
I have this idea that I'll talk to you guys after the podcast too.
Okay.
I mentioned it to Tally.
Okay.
I love that. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, if you're listening to this podcast and you want to open, just send me a DM on Instagram.
Jonathan
Especially if
Singleton
you're a
at
magician.
gmail.com.
I think I'm about to say I just think the Grove should come back and play.
Well,
You wouldn't like that?
No way. It'd be
They'll have a
awful.
bigger fucking tour bus than me, and I'm gonna be like, these are my openers.
We would have to all have tour buses. Yeah.
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 dogs,
Every member has a
kids.
tour bus.
Right.
Yeah, but when you open, you can go to bed earlier.
That's true. That's true.
Or get drunk sooner. Whichever one.
No, that would be. I'd be so tired.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying the road's tired?
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
Yeah, it is.
I can't wait, and I can't wait to. Well, me and Matt will definitely come out to one of those.
Come
shows.
on. Let me
Yeah,
know. Come
Absolutely.
on. It'll be fun.
Well, thanks for being on the pod, boys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Thank
appreciate
you
you.
guys.
Thank y'all for
yeah.
having us. This is
Yeah,
a great
absolutely.
idea.
Yeah, I was a little baked at the house, and I was like, text Tally. I was like, it might be too late to text Tally, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I was like, what about having Logan and Jay on together? And she is texted me the next day. She's like, I'll see if they're down for it. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't
Oh, I
completely
was.
dumb.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a great idea.
And he said he's gonna bust on me the whole time, but then I just made fun of his song. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, you made fun of my song, and I said that you were one of the nicest people I've ever met.
I know he did.
This did not go as fucking planned in my head.
He's so nice. He's like, I'm playing this song right now. Everyone make fun of him.
Right. Yeah. Nicest man I know.
You
Fuck
might
your
get
song.
I get a bunch of streets with that. I'll be a public enemy number one.
No.
Good cop, bad cop.
Right.
Oh man.
It was. I didn't think it was. I thought it was pretty good. So, you said saddle in there. You saddled up, and it was
Dust.
Yeah,
great.
dusted it off.
You dusted it all.
Whiskey.
You
Yeah,
said
Jesus
whiskey a
shooting
couple
whiskey.
times,
Few
3, 4,
times, yeah.
6, 8 times.
Yeah, just keep putting it in there. Yeah, it was a good idea when I wrote it, but it's terrible looking back.
All right.
All
Next
right.
song, Saddle Whiskey. All right. Well, guys, I'm Nicky T.
I'm Kurt Ozan, and we'll
See you in the front row.